Crunchy. Stays crunchy. Milk.
All right, so I guess, okay. First, I guess we should discuss that we hired a coach, and I don't know your opinion on this coach, so I should start there. Tell me about your thoughts on the Browns' new coach. Just the ups, downs, the ebbs, the flows. Your thoughts on the matter.
I would say that I know he's had success as an offensive coordinator. He was the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay before he was our offensive coordinator for 1 year back in 2019. He coached offense at Georgia when they won the national title or national championship, whatever the fuck people call it. And then he's been the OC for the Baltimore Ravens for the last couple of years, which one of those years Lamar Jackson did win an MVP. He is also 60 years old, never been a head coach before. I didn't want to fire Kevin Stefanski, so like
we've gone over that. So
I know, but I said that to say that like I don't really give a fuck anymore. Like they could hire whoever the hell they want. Like I don't care. Like I have no faith that whoever they hire is going to be successful in any capacity because it's the Cleveland Browns. So sure. Have a shot, 60-year-old first-time head coach. Like, and it's bad for me to say that. Honestly, I shouldn't say that because just because he never had a chance before doesn't mean he's unqualified. So I got to stop saying like because he's never been a head coach and fired before and had a shot to get it a second time. That implies that he's going to be bad. Like I got to stop talking like that.
Fair. I like I said, this is one of the ones where I don't know a damn thing. So I definitely needed to lean on you a little bit for.
I mean, it's not like I've ever talked to the guy and like I haven't seen him speak much.
Sometimes,
I can tell you that like from what I read, he's abrasive in that he's brutally honest. So if you have soft feelings, you're probably gonna get your butt hurt a little bit talking to him. They say he's a good teacher. Like he's a good offensive coordinator. So I don't know. It seems like they took Kevin Stefanski's like question dodging, like soft shoeing around, speaking in no absolutes like a Jedi, just for a guy who's just going to be like, yeah, you fucking suck, or we didn't do this right, or you need to do this better. Like, but like I said, it's the Browns. They're constantly in flux. They have a good defense. They have zero offense. So I'm not expecting much. If anything, it's the worst tank job for Arch Manning I've ever seen because they talk like they actually want to win. And they're going to try to win. But we all know that they're not going to be good enough to win. But then they're also going to find a way to win some games they shouldn't, which is going to ultimately keep them from getting Arch Manning, if that is so their desire, which I assume it is, because the team owner has a man crush on the Manning family because he went to Tennessee. And so they're like this. So he would love to have little Arch QB in his team when they open that dome in 2029. But they're the Browns, so they'll probably play some undefeated team in October and fucking figure out a way to win, and then they'll fucking like play a team that they have no business losing to, and then they'll lose by 27. But then they'll come back the next week and they'll beat the Steelers or something, who will be like 9-5. Like that's just how it is. Like they're terrible, but they're never terrible enough. Like when it actually matters, like they get the second pick in a year where the second best player in the draft is a receiver who doesn't just play receiver. He also kind of plays quarterback, but he doesn't do either one very like elitely. They can't get the second pick in a year where the top three picks are Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May. No, they have to get the top second pick in a year where it's like, oh, the third best player is a fucking defensive tackle. Like, they can't even lose right. So it is what it is. The Browns are gonna Browns. They love punts and.
Hey, boy. Damn, I was really hoping for any kind of optimism, any measure of joy.
I'm mad at the Cavs now too.
I mean, what are you mad about? What is your anger about? Because I thought you ain't fucking DG to begin with.
Oh, it has nothing to do with them trading Darius Garland. I'm happy about that.
Man,
I'm mad. I'm mad that they blew 2 second-round picks to trade Lonzo Ball off the team and then didn't get under the fucking apron. They got down to like where they were like $3.8 million away from getting out of the second apron, and then they couldn't close because they ran out of draft picks because they spent 2 picks getting Lonzo Ball off the team. If you knew that you weren't going to be able to get under the fucking apron, why did you bother sending him over there with picks? You're going to have to pay the damn tax now anyway. You should have just cut him and saved your second-round picks. You blew 2 second-round picks to save Dan Gilbert like $60 million.
Fair.
What a fucking comedy of errors.
Well, let's talk trades. Because it was the NBA trade deadline today. It was around noon. What was it? 3 o'clock was that deadline?
3 o'clock.
Yeah. So
this was like the most active trade deadline I could ever remember.
Yeah. I have not seen this much action popping off in maybe ever. You know what I'm saying? And it was fascinating to see who got moved, and also kind of like, why'd you do that? Because you traded a whole Luka Doncic for fucking Anthony Davis, and then just like, So, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. He just sent his ass to fucking the Wizards of, oh my God. Do the Wizards have any of these things they traded for actually playing? Because I feel like all these people are injured.
Oh, the only person in that trade from Washington whose name I even knew was Marvin Bagley Jr.
Yeah.
But he's been on like 6 teams already.
Good Lord. I got ESPN. I sent an article up. Zach Cram on the byline. The NBA trade deadline, the biggest winners and losers of a busy week. I have no real intention of read through. I guess I can read his opening little spiel here, and then we'll just go down the list. The 2025-26 NBA trade deadline came. Giannis Antetokounmpo wasn't traded after all, which is all but a host of other players changed teams, and future draft picks changed hands. The Dallas Mavericks moved on from Nico Harrison's shocking trade for Anthony Davis, sending the big to Washington Wizards. The Golden State Warriors finally put an end to Jonathan Kuminga's saga, sending him and Buddy Hyde to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. And in perhaps the most shocking trade of the deadline, shocking? I think they're giving this far too much credit, but okay, sure thing. James Harden left the surging LA Clippers. Really? The surging LA Clippers.
Well, they had won 17 out of 21 games. So.
And we're still under 500.
Yeah, but they were surging.
Yeah, suck. They were surging like a fucking fake Mountain Dew. But anyway, to the Cleveland Cavaliers, to give the Cleveland Cavaliers a boost in the East. That's just an assumption that they think that James Harden's going to play in a manner that's going to give us the boost. There's a whole lot to analyze, so let's dive into the biggest winners, losers, and trends. They seem to believe the winner is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland is finally on a hot streak with a 9-2 record since the 22-19 start, and the preseason Eastern Conference favorite improved at the deadline. Out of 11 players with at least 500 minutes for the Cavaliers this season, the 3 worst net ratings belong to Darius Garland, -3, DeAndre Hunter, -0.9, and Lonzo Ball, plus 1.3. And now all 3 players are gone, replaced by James Harden, Keon Ellis, and Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder, I think, right?
Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder, even though it's spelled like Schroeder. Schroeder.
He's German.
Yeah. He's a black German. I want y'all to know that, okay? In case y'all didn't.
He is what I would imagine an extraterrestrial would look like. Like, and I'm not trying to be like funny about it, but like it's when I look at him, it's like what I think like an alien would be like if they procreated with a human.
Fair. Okay. So halfling alien. Swapping the 26-year-old Garland for the 36-year-old Harden might cost the Cavaliers in future seasons. But at the moment, Harden is undoubtedly better and healthier than the former Cavs point guards and should help reduce the offensive burden on Donovan Mitchell, who's posting his highest usage rate since he was in Utah. Harden's weakness also lined up with Garland's. He's not the most engaged defender, but he's still bigger than Garland, and he can't be counted on in the playoffs. And he can't be counted on in the playoffs, but Garland has a shaky postseason track record too. Why does that sound like a win to you, person writing this article? That seems very winning. Cleveland's other deadline additions should also reinforce the roster. Ellis, the best defender in the Cavs backcourt, while Schroeder is a wild card who has alternated between incredible productivity and lackluster play in all of his recent stops. Maybe we'll switch back to the former again in Cleveland. He did have a pretty nice night last night against the aforementioned Clippers. Moreover, adding those two players while shedding Hunter and Ball means Cleveland saved approximately $100 million in luxury tax payments, according to ESPN's Bobby Marks. It's not often that a contender gets better and cheaper at the deadline, but Cleveland pulled off that surprising feat. All right, so they seem to believe we have won in the deals we dealt this go round. Winner surprise star destinations. They have the Jazz, the Wizards, and the Pacers up here. As of Thursday, the Wizards, Jazz, and Pacers are combined 42 and 109. That's a 23 and 59 record when translated to 83 games. And the Wizards and Jazz are eager to lose enough games this season to retain the top 8 protected picks they owe to the Knicks and Thunder, respectively. Yet that didn't stop Washington, Utah, and Indiana from emerging to make big roster upgrades at the deadline. Washington had already traded for Trae Young last month and added Anthony Davis this week. Ironically, it wasn't that long ago that plenty of folks around the NBA envisioned a young Davis pairing in LA, while Utah splurging for Jaren Jackson Jr., and the Pacers made a late splash for Ivica Zubac. That's Ivica?
I know his last name Zubac.
There you go. On a broad level, this deadline theme reflects the NBA's new financial environment and the harsh penalties of the apron intersect with a league-wide desire for more youth and depth. Not many teams are interested in adding a borderline all-star making around $50 million per season, as is the case for Young, Davis, and Jackson. Unless you have an otherwise clean cap sheet like the Jazz and Wizards do. Oh, okay, so that's why they can take on these costly individuals. The Pacers' move for Zubac was different, as Indiana, in the middle of an injury-induced gap year, following a trip to the finals last season, sought replacement for Miles Turner. Zubac is both on a cheaper contract than Davis and Jackson, 3 years for $58.7 million total, and a phenomenal two-way fit with the extant Pacers core. So his price was commensurately higher, upcoming restricted free agent Benedict Mathurin and 2 first-round picks. To be clear, while the Pacers should return to contention with Zubac right away in 26-27, the Wizards and Jazz might not have made any winning moves. So it's very plausible that neither Washington nor Utah make the playoffs with their new All-Stars next season. But as a concept, the surprise star destinations added a fun wrinkle to the deadline. Again, then why would you have them in this winner column? Sir. I don't know, man. This feels to me we are taking L's. They got a loser, GM Nico Harris. Well, he was already a loser.
Nico Harris isn't even employed anymore.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know why they have them marked as a loser. There you go. I guess because the trade, the trade he did sent and got basically worse when they just, basically sent his trade packing. So I can't call it. Winner of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Despite the dizzying density of deals this week, not many are likely to have a great impact on the 2026 title race. That's great news for the championship favorites. The best players to change teams since the start of the season were, in some order, Davis, Harden, Zubac, Jackson, Young, Garland, and Porzingis, if healthy. They joined teams with no shot of making the playoffs. Teams in the Western Conference play-in mix, and Eastern Conference contenders in the Cavaliers. Meanwhile, the Nuggets made only a small trade to duck under the luxury tax line, while San Antonio Spurs and Houston Rockets were quiet, and the Lakers only added Luke Kennard, who will boost their perimeter shooting, but won't improve the NBA's 24th ranked defense. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, Ayo Dosunmu is a strong fit next to Anthony Edwards and Jade McDaniels by and large. All the top contenders, challengers to Oklahoma in the West, are no more of a threat today than they were a week ago. It's all facts. Okay, so that's the whole article. Blah blah yakety schmackety. What are your? I know you are. We just discussed the apron, the cap apron, but in general, is James Harden going to bring anything to this Cavaliers team that will help us?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a better player than Garland, even though he's 10 years older. Like, he's shown an excellent ability to make your big men more effective. He was, I think, third in the NBA in assists, like, right now.
Okay.
So he also plays more games than Garland does.
Mm-hmm.
They're both terrible at defense, but Harden does rebound better than Garland because he's a little taller. He's 6'6", so he will get in there and get some boards. I think like him disappearing in the playoffs hopefully can be negated some by Donovan Mitchell, and people are putting a lot of faith in Evan Mobley. But I'll tell you this: I was ready to ship Evan Mobley's ass to Milwaukee, for be honest. So, like, if that had happened today, I would not have shed a tear. I was praying on it because I am of the opinion that Evan Mobley has kind of reached his ceiling, and he is what he is. He's going to be a mid-tier player who's going to be making $60 million. Like, Evan Mobley winning Defensive Player of the Year last year, fuck the Cavs hardcore, because that's the reason why we're in the second apron, because of that bonus kick in on his contract that pushed us over the limit. But say la vie, it is what it is. He's here now. Go Evan, rooting for you, pal. Like, don't get me wrong, like, he's not like a horrendous NBA player, but like the best way I can describe it is it's like he's someone who got a job. He's like someone who applied for an office job and told them on his resume that he knew everything about Excel, but then the first day of actual work, you realize that he doesn't know how to do a single formula, and he's just trying to learn as he goes. But then he also got hired in at a really high salary, so like you're kind of like committed to making sure that he's successful, but he never quite gets like that great at it. So then he gets carried by the other people in the office who make less than him but actually know how to do the job.
Okay. Evan Mobley lied on his resume. Might be your show title. It was fun to see them ball out last night. It's been fun to watch that.
I stayed up to watch that game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
part of why I was tired today.
What's this young boy? Taylor?
Jalen Tyson?
Tyson, when we played the Lakers the one night, was out there like, this Donovan Mitchell's house. And I wanted to be like, if you don't shut the fuck up, little boy, I don't care if it is Donovan Mitchell's house right now. You're going to put some respect on LeBron James' name. And according to Richard Jefferson, he gave him a little word, and he went out at the presser and made a point to be like, hey, man, I'm sorry. That was me just being a little excited. That's me never trying to disrespect the Kang. And I was like, okay, as long as we know that. Of course, the internet don't know that he went out at the presser and apologized. They only know that he said that shit, so the internet was kind of mad about it. This is one dude who I watch do reactions. It's not the Brooklyn dude. This is other cat, Doty. He was so mad about my man talking bad about LeBron. And what did he say? He was clowning. He clowned some other situation. I don't know. It's been fun to watch that dude because he is not a Cavaliers fan, but I guess he can just appreciate what we're doing when we're doing what we do. And I'm like, I can deal with that. So that's okay. If you can see what we're doing and be like, I can see what y'all doing, and I can kind of appreciate that. I gotta respect it. I like people who are not from here put some respect on our name, basically. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just kind of dope that we got people around the nation who are like, the Cavaliers kind of got, man, we just sit here on this. It's weird being the Cavaliers at this point because it's like we're not shitty like the Browns, but I don't see us getting a ring no time soon. And so then it's like, well, what's the point? It's like, I guess winning during the season will get people to come and watch your games, and you'll sell more commercials and blah blah blah. But it's like, but then what's the point if in the end it's going to always be some other squad that's winning the chip? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Would I rather just be a bunch of losers, lovable losers? You know what I'm saying? Not really. I truly don't think I would. But damn, man, it's like if we never gonna do nothing.
Yeah, it's the difficult thing because like I wanted Giannis, but I also knew that like getting Giannis meant that they needed to get rid of Mobley and Jared Allen, only for the fact that like Giannis can't shoot, and so if you were starting him and Allen together in the front court, you'd have two people on the court who can't shoot, so everyone would just be packing the paint. And so it was like it was going to end up being way more convoluted than like people may have thought.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't surprised that they didn't end up ultimately. Plus, like Milwaukee would have to be willing to deal, and like they don't want to let that dude go. And like I get it. Like it'd be like if like it'd be like sitting through a trade deadline with LeBron back in like 2008.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't want to trade him either. Like I remember there was like one year where like the Lakers called and offered us Kobe for LeBron. And it was like, I don't want to trade LeBron. I'm like, Milwaukee's a smaller market. Like, they don't want to give up their good player either. And like, I get it. Like I understand the situation they're in. I empathize, and but like, he knows that they can't win.
Yeah.
But he has like he's loyal. He's got history there, and so it's like. He knows that if he want like what he wants for his career, he can't get there. But he's like it's like being in a dead relationship sorts, but you just can't bring yourself to like call it off,
Yeah.
Which I kind of respect, but I'm also like kind of like, oh man, then you just gotta have to like stop talking about getting championships because it ain't happening.
Yeah. Don't to Giannis and any person out there. Don't stay in a loveless marriage, y'all. Don't do it for the kids. In this case, Milwaukee being the kids. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and get this divorce, pay your child support, your alimony, and move on and try to find better things. That's for you and him. It's for real.
Because, he said some stuff in that, phone interview that they put out the other night. That I was like, man, that's a lot more personal than I think a lot of people would have ever realized had he not said it on record. Talking about how his dad's buried in Milwaukee, shit like that,
Oh wow.
And how it's like he met his wife there, and it's where his kids were born, and all these are all really personal things that for someone who's not from this country, that's his de facto hometown here. But it's also weird to me, too, in a way, because he always talks about, how he doesn't want to play in the NBA forever, and before he retires, he wants to play a year in Greece, and, how he's going to move back home when he's done playing and all this shit. So I'm like, do you want to be here in Milwaukee, or, are you moving back to Greece? Which is it? Because if you're going to move back to Greece in a couple years anyway, then fuck it. You're already 1 foot out the door with the way you talk in the media, then just – take that other step, big boy, and move your ass to another city, try and win a championship, and then go back to Greece. Get the fuck out of here. That's what you've been talking about for the last couple of years. But yeah, you want to hang around. Everyone has the right to change their mind. It's his life. He gets to make his own decisions. But it's just he says one thing and then he says something else, and the shit contradicts itself sometimes. So it's I have no idea what this man actually wants.
Yeah. I was listening to Stavi, and he was talking about he had I forgot the comedian he had on there, but he was talking about Giannis, and he was like him and his brothers was just the way Stavi said it. And I don't know if this is true. Stavi could just be talking out of his neck because Greek people talk about Greek people can do what they want to do. But he was saying how Giannis and his brothers were kind of poor when they lived in Greece. You know what I'm saying? And so. Yeah, I like the idea of a very, very, very wealthy Giannis Antetokounmpo returning to Greece, a place where he kind of got treated shitty as a poor boy, and being say something, bitch. I'm raining drachma all over you hoes. I don't know if they spend drachma or euros in Greece at this point. I truly don't know if they spend no more. But I like that idea of going
I'd
back
always
home.
be worried about my safety if I was in that position, because it's like everyone over there knows who the fuck you are. They know like what you got.
The big tall black guy, because in this country that don't really have no black people, yeah, real obvious. People know who you are.
And so it's like everyone knows that you're walking around with millions of dollars or whatever the equivalent is over there. Like, and so it's like, what do you just have a bodyguard on you 24/7, you and your family for the rest of your lives?
Why do you think Greece is unsafe?
It's not Greece per se. It's just in general. Like,
I mean,
it's like
that's home.
it's
That's
like,
here too at that point, right?
I know, but I'm talking about in general. Like,
Okay.
I'm not. This isn't a Greece specific thing or European thing. This is just in general. As someone like of his stature,
Yeah.
it's not like you could just roll up to Target and go shopping for pillows. Like you're gonna get hounded for autographs. People are gonna want pictures. Like, you can't just live. And then it's like I said, like the safety thing. Like, I'd be worried about my family all the time. Like, but then it's like, so do you just have like a bodyguard on retainer for the rest of your life? Like, as your kids, like everywhere they go, they got like Uncle Side Shooter just over there watching the perimeter. Like, is that their lives now? You know?
I mean, but like I said, is that their lives in Milwaukee right now? It's like
That's what I'm saying.
Or
But
does he just live in like a? He probably. I mean, the reality of it is here and there. He probably just lives in a gated community, schools and everything all contained within there. And he's probably just fine because it's just nothing like that.
But like, I remember when they were talking about the Jokic brothers, how like they came from like war-torn poverty country, and so like that's why those dudes are so willing to fight other dudes. Like when they beat the shit out of the Morris twin, and so it's like, you know, like maybe they're less likely to get like abducted, but like they live in a place where, like, you know, a lesser person probably gets got.
True.
So it's like, what do? Do they have like an army? Like, you know, do the Jokics employ like a militia?
Whereas I think they probably just got a big old family. So it's probably one of the situations where, let's assume it's just a bunch of Jokic's, but also they all married, they all got kids, so they all got in-laws and shit. They probably just sit deep with peoples.
So it's they have like a compound. They always live on there like Mormons or whatever. I think it's more of a run up get done up situation. Just straight up, like you think you might be thinking, oh, I'm about to get this motherfucker, and not realizing his cousin over there, and it might be cousin far removed or some shit, but it's still like, that's my man's. You ain't gonna be just running up on my fucking people and get got. Like, I'm saying, so I can't call it, man. It's just like I said, I live in a country that don't take care of the healthcare of its people. So who am I to be mad about people over in Europe trying to pickpocket somebody? Except for us. Don't try it. I don't know. Y'all may not remember. It don't go easy for y'all. Y'all fucking the wrong one. It was fun watching the Cavs ball out last night. I'm excited about the potential. I hope that everybody has found a nice home. I will miss DG. I like DG as always. It's as a person. I realize I should probably appreciate him as a player. But in my case, I'm saying in the city of Cleveland, he was good people and tried to do his part around town. He was easy to root for. He was a nice guy. He embraced the city, which, you know, like when people not from Cleveland embrace Cleveland, we treat you like Spider-Man on the RTA. Like we hold you up. Even like though you may be battered and broken and, you know, overrated. Yeah. But also, like, I will admit, like, he got better from when we drafted him. Like, I remember seeing him play as a rookie, and I remember thinking, fuck, this guy's not going to make it.
Yeah.
He was terrible. Like, it was one of the worst rookies I'd ever seen in my life. But, like, he persevered, and, you know, he turned himself into a multi-time All-Star. Yeah. One of those may have been a gift, but, you know, it's neither here nor there. You know, one of them I think was at least earned, so can't discredit his all-star status. Sure. But he also has his flaws, and we also, with our team makeup, he's a little redundant and he's a lesser quality of the other person who plays a similar position to him. And sometimes tough decisions have to be made, and sad things happen. But
It's
gotta. What was the saying? Smile because it happened.
Oh yeah, that's real. That's real.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Yeah, for sure. And I respect the hell out of DG. I didn't unfollow him on Instagram or anything like that. That's folk.
Oh, I didn't have to unfollow him because I never followed him.
Well, no, I've been following DG, man. It's like I said, it's my guy. So
this whole situation though did entice me to come up with a rant about Twitter or X. Oh. I'm gonna call it Twitter for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck
because it's Twitter.
Yeah. One thing I wish that they would change on that fucking app is that, like, when somebody makes a tweet or an entity sends out a tweet, whatever, if someone retweets it into your feed and you see it, I shouldn't have to see it every time somebody else fucking retweets that thing in perpetuity. I saw that goodbye letter to Darius Garland on my Twitter feed like 27 times yesterday in the span of 10 minutes. I don't need to see every fucking retweet of that thing. And it's not because I'm mad about the letter being written or whatever. It's just you're clogging up my feed with the same post over and over and over again. Like, I get it. I saw the letter. I don't need to see every retweet.
So I've been out of Twitter for a stretch now. Is there no, I don't know, 3 dots you can be like, I'm good, I saw this or something? I don't know. I don't know how Twitter even works no more at this point, my guy.
I don't know if I can just be like, because I think if I say that, I think I don't see posts from like whatever account anymore in perpetuity.
So you can't just shut down that one tweet.
I'd have to check. I may be ranting and not knowing what I'm speaking on, but like, I don't know. It's just in that moment, I was like, man, I've seen it. I get it. I've read the letter. I don't need to see it anymore.
I'm gonna just go to twitter.com.
It's like when like some news breaks in the NFL, and then all 27 NFL beat reporters that I follow all tweet out some version of the same fucking tweet within 30 seconds of each other. I think I'm at the point where like I just have to pick like one NFL reporter that I fuck with and just like keep them and just get rid of the rest so that like maybe I can cut down on that shit.
True. All right, let's see if I can find what I know to be a retweet.
And it's interesting too. Rod and Karen are the only people that I've ever talked to in my entire life that I know are actual Charlotte Hornets fans.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing them tweet about the Hornets all the time because I've never experienced that in my entire life.
Oh my gosh. That's a repost. All right, so this says repost. There's 3 dots over here up in this corner of this thing. I'm gonna click that. Let's see. We got follow, add, remove, mute, block, view post activity, embed, report, or request community note. And that is it. So you are absolutely correct. There does not seem to be a manner in which you can just be like, I'm good. I've seen this. And that you are absolutely correct. That is stupid. So, X, get your shit together. Or don't. You know what? Because like I said, I until you are no longer owned by who you're currently owned by, I will not be in that motherfucker at all. I did not delete my account. I've told y'all this before. It is still present. It's still there. I locked that shit, and basically I have a app, if you will, on Firefox that basically was like, is these same motherfuckers over here on Blue Sky? Okay, follow them on Blue Sky, and then I just basically unfollowed them on X. So basically, I just follow everybody on Blue Sky. I just took my whole Twitter operation and moved it to South Beach. So that's all it was. But let me wrap to you, and then we'll get talking about our own lives, but not really, because Box may tell you something about his life, he may not, and I'm just gonna talk about the Grammys. So it's like there's more show to be had, but just saying, don't be whatever. Okay, chill. Where are my show notes go so I can rap to you? And I'm gonna sing to you because I like singing parts of these songs. She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believes in shoes and cars. Wood floors in the new apartment. couture from the store's departments. You more like love the star shit. I'm more of the trips to Florida, order the hors d'oeuvres view of the water, straight from the page of your favorite author. And the weather so breezy. Man, why can't life always be this easy? She in the mirror dancing so sleazy. I get a call like, where are you, Yeezy? And you try to hit him with the oh, you wopty. Till I got flashed by the paparazzi. Damn, these niggas got me. I hate these niggas more than the Nazis. Really, Kanye? And then I sing to you, as I recall, I know you love to show off, but I never thought that you would take it this far. But what do I know? Flashing lights. What do I know? Flashing lights. And then, oh. This Stays Crunchy and Milk. It's the City of Cleveland and podcast for me. We do it live every other Thursday on YouTube, Twitch, and your favorite podcast services. Assuming you dig what we're putting down, consider supporting us on Patreon, where membership gets you early access to new shows, and we try it. It's our podcast where we try snacks and goodies and who knows what else. Want to contribute to the show? Jump in the chat, share your thoughts with us and other listeners live. Or, email us on all that stuff, but we'll get to that portion of the program later. This one, it's episode 595, and no, we don't provide design and construction assistance to non-federal sponsors. I'm your host, Entertainment of 13, joined by the Right Reverend Lunchbox 2099.
Some would call me a false prophet.
I immediately hand the reins of this show over to Box, but also, he gets a little video package. Plus, he got to clear his snoot, so I'm gonna push play on his little joint, and then he'll come back and talk to us. So here we go.
It's like the Wonder Years where like you got me like playing in the front yard by a white picket fence, and then like me looking lovingly into like my crush's eyes as I kiss for the first time, and then all of a sudden I'm getting on a boat to war. And then,
I thought it would involve books in some way, story time, but damn.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess reading Rainbow works too.
That was weird. I didn't get the audio that time.
Oh, okay. I don't like that. I hope everything's good. But also, I see my internet, my little peaks of internet. Is that I have less internet. So if I drop off, people, you know what happened. Don't look, I'm stuttering or anything on your side.
Oh yeah. We both been stuttering like this entire time we've been talking.
Okay, so you have all 5 bars, and I am looking at my internet, be like. And I'm like, what the hell? So I went and researched. I told you I was gonna go look into the internet because I was like, you paying way less for internet than I am, even though we are the same company. And it's just over here. They charge the city I live in way more than they charge the city you live in, which is technically the city they are located in. So maybe that's a deal they have. But
I remember that like I had to sign like a 2-year agreement to lock it in the price. Like they were worried about me leaving. So they're like, if you stay, we'll give you this price and lock it in for 2 years. Just don't leave us, baby. We know AT&T is putting fiber in your neighborhood. So if you could just like not leave us, we'd love you a long time.
Fair. Well, boo, motherfucker. Some bullshit. Box, man, what's the good word, sir?
Well, we were off last week, which I guess like we should probably tell the people if we didn't already that like we're gonna be doing this every other week for the time being.
We did have that after we went off the air. So for the foreseeable future, it's a lot of effort with just the 2-man operation. Even though we are currently trying to work out something to come together to do it live in person, live for us, not for you, here in the coming weeks. With at the building, and hopefully that also means we'll get a week's ride in for you, the patrons. But yeah, for right now, and I said it right there in my intro right there, which we changed just as we were discussing it last week after the show. If you heard me, I said live every other Thursday, and now that's part of the experience, the expanse. If you didn't know, you do now. So yeah, we do it every other week. It's a vibe.
it's just gotten to be, I think, in some ways a little redundant at times with just the two of us, and I don't know, like I miss having like someone else to bounce stuff off of, or like, if I don't feel like talking for a week, like necessarily, like if I don't have anything, because like right now it's like I'm a shut in. It's winter. I'm not going anywhere. Like I was sick last week. I didn't leave my house for 9 days, and it's cold as fuck outside. Like I had nothing going on. Like I said, I was sick. So it's like, all right, what am I supposed to hop on here and talk about?
I do. Like, I truly do. So I'm with you.
And like, you can only talk about how like problematic the world is so many times in a row before you need a break.
Yeah.
It's like right now, it's like the NBA trade deadline's over. So now we're just, we're in that like time of the year where like we just got to get through these next couple months before the playoffs hit. So there's going to be a lull. Football's going to be over this Sunday. Like we've got the Super Bowl. There's no more football for the foreseeable future. Baseball doesn't start up for like 2 months. Well, spring training will be starting here soon, but like
I think pitchers report here very shortly. So it's about that time. but like I hear you.
We're in the throes of winter. Like I haven't seen the grass in weeks. Like there's just piles of snow everywhere, and it's not freezing because it's not melting because it's like it's been negative here every night. Like for like 3 weeks now, and we're supposed to get another winter storm coming in the next couple days, so it's about to get worse again.
Yep.
And so like, I wish that like I'm gonna say it's me. Like I don't have the enthusiasm to get on here every week right now and slog my way through this. Like I needed a break,
and that's perfectly fine. And if doing it every other week gives you a little time to reflect or come up with, or just take time to yourself, and then maybe join in the operation and see what you got to say. Cool. We always talk about Cleveland. We always do some shit about that. We always talk about ourselves a little bit, and we got we got enough segments and stuff to make the show run. So don't trip.
One fascinating thing about Cleveland though that happened recently was there was one of those like local like Amazon resellers, like the crazy bins places or whatever. One of the people who owns one of those shops did a Squid Games in Cleveland of sorts.
Yeah. What's going on with that? So
it was actually like right over by my mom's house. Like I like the spot that they did it on used to be a park. I used to go up there and play basketball, and like my kindergarten was like right around the corner from there. So I don't know, like they must have got permission to like use that lot for the duration of that event. So the premise was, and this is when we had that Arctic storm where it was like negative 20 outside or whatever the fuck it was like last week.
Yeah.
Where like the premise was that everyone who signed up had to sign a waiver, and the last person standing, like staying outside in that lot, got $3,000. So
potential frostbite for 3 racks. Nah, not gonna be able to do it.
So like I saw like a couple of videos on Instagram that people took like the night it like started.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, because like I was having a hard time finding any information about it like after that. Like I didn't find a news article like covering it. I didn't see any more Instagram videos about it. I didn't see like a this person won video. Like it was almost like they hyped it up and then everyone just like, all right, we gotta like act like this never happened. But from what I heard from somebody, it didn't go further than that first night, like, and it came down to like where 2 brothers won, but like they ended up splitting it with a third person just to make it like get it over with. So they split, like 3 people split like the 3K, so they each took home 1,000.
So potential frostbite for only a wreck, even less, bro.
I mean, like I said, it didn't go like a full night, and so like, I saw like in the videos there were people with bonfires, there was people with tents. Like if you were prepared enough, like you weren't going to get frostbite, like at least not in that short amount of time with like safety measures.
Fair. I'm trying to see if I'm from Cleveland And
They're the ones who I saw originally post it, but I never saw like a follow-up. But I did think it was an interesting premise of sorts.
Yeah, for sure. That's the guys who go around town hiding some stacks of cash, and they're like, "Hey, we're right here, right now, right?" That's that same operation.
I'd never heard of these people before. I don't know if they.
So every now and again, you'll see them. They'll be like, "Hey, where am I at?" And they'll take a bundle of cash, a couple of hundred. You know what I'm saying? And they'll stick it right there. Can you find it? And then they'll film it from like wherever, a distance. You know what I'm saying? And be like, "Oh, look, somebody found the money," and blah blah blah. So it's like, and usually whoever finds it does a little video like, "Hey, I found it! Yay, I got the money," or whatever. So they do this with a bit of regularity.
There's something like that that's about to go down in a suburb. When I was at my dad's last night, my stepmom was reading it. Some township or city or something, I want to say near Brunswick, is doing some sort of scavenger hunt that's supposed to last a couple weeks, where there's gonna be clues and shit.
Oh, what
they're giving away? They're giving away like gold and stuff.
Oh my god. Oddly enough, speaking of this weather, Lake Erie is very nearly frozen over.
I've seen the videos of like the coyotes walking across it and stuff.
And not just that, I guess people over there by the islands, it's frozen enough where they're just traversing between the islands on like 4x4s and shit.
I'd be so afraid of that because it's like one crack and you're donezo. You fall through, they're not finding you until you float up in the spring.
Yeah, and
that's too much uncertainty for me to put my life on the line for that.
I'm hoping that somebody is doing the proper tests necessary to be like, is this? Because all you gotta do is you drill. That's like ice fishers. If it's I think it's got to be.
I know, but like, I think of like fucking Batman Returns. I mean, I'm sorry, Dark Knight Rises or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's just like I don't want that to be me.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I guess you're not out on the Pittsburgh rivers pretending to be the Gotham rivers. You know what? Vanessa's off this weekend. I think, assuming it's not
or exile.
Death. Oh, then Death by Exile. That's God. I love that movie. I know people don't like that movie. That's the one people always like kind of shit on. It's, of course, it's my favorite of the three. And I know people are like, how can you not like Return? I'm like, what? It's not Return. What is the Joker one?
The Dark Knight.
Just the Dark Knight. How can you not choose the Dark Knight? I'm like, it's just, it don't hit for me like Bane hit for me. You know what I'm saying? So, it's real with you, man. But Ness is off this weekend, and I think if the weather is, agreeable is just too large term. But if the weather is behaving enough, we might go step out on Edgewater. That right there is frozen pretty much through. So I'm like, I can at least walk out onto the the water there at Edgewater without worrying about dying. And I can swim. Ish. Would I want to in that cold weather? I guess if I got to fight for my damn life, yeah, still. But it's always fun to step out there on that and listen, and you can hear it like it's still water underneath that bitch. I've walked out by the rocks on the Edgewater before. I've gone out that way before, but if I'm gonna be with Vanessa and I want to just make sure she's safe, I would go out the beach way because at least I know it's like at worst titty height on me. And so I can make that. I can suffer through tit height water and get back to the land and really be upset that I have to make my car wet to go home. But I can not die theoretically. So that's why I like it. But I like going out there and just kind of listening because the snow cover means it's like insulated, so it's a real interesting silence. But you can hear like just a subtle little ice. Because it's just water and fish and all that bullshit still underneath that motherfucker. Lake Erie is the shallowest of the Great Lakes, but it still ain't like, don't get it twisted. You can die in that motherfucker. Lake Erie don't play either. So, but still.
That lake is great for a reason.
I just appreciate it, man. Respect on his name. And it's very, very frozen nature. But besides that, man, you get anything these last couple of weeks? I mean, I know you said you've been locked up, but I mean, just in general, guess is everything good with your people? Is everything good with you? So forth and so on. I guess is the way we'll approach this in these wintry times.
Yeah, I mean, everything I think is fine. Like, I went and watched the Royal Rumble last week at my buddy's house.
Yeah.
I think everyone's getting over the illness around here, so that's good. I've been just playing Call of Duty and watching my money disappear.
In Call of Duty?
No, in real life. Stock market's down, crypto's down, gold and silver's down. They're draining all our reserves.
I didn't realize. Well, I know crypto is down. I didn't realize gold and silver started bouncing the other way because they have been on the giddy up for the last couple of.
Silver's down $50 an ounce in the last 4 days.
So that bitch hit 100 and then went back down to 50?
No, it hit 120 something and is back down. Last I saw, it was down to 73.
It just had its correction, is what that was. Silver would get a little too gas, probably.
A certain bank. I'll let you guess which one.
Fair.
Unconfirmed crashed the market to remove all of their short positions at the exact bottom of the market last Friday. We'll just speculate on who may or may not have done that if you don't know how to find the reports online.
Damn. That's crazy work. And possibly slanderous, so we won't be saying nothing about that. But hey, if you know,
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a name.
No. I said possibly if certain things were said, and none of those things were said.
Yeah, I didn't say anything specific. I just said if you were capable of going and looking up reports on activities, you could do a little research and come to your own conclusions.
Woof. It's wild out here, man. Hard out here for a pimp.
Luckily for me, I didn't buy too much stuff in the 80 to 95 range. At that point, I'd already had a lot of what I already owned, and I didn't get anything over 100.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of exposure. I do have some items that are technically at this point now, where I paid more than what they're currently going for. But I also have a lot of items that I paid way less for than what it's currently going for. So even with the market correction currently, I'm still up. So it's just unfortunate to see your account lose $17,000 in the span of 3 days.
Damn.
Well, theoretically lose 17. It's all it can all come back. But my stock account is down $2,000 in the last 3 days.
Yeah. What's up? Struggle is up. Oppression is up. So it's damn, that sucks. I hear you, and that is some little next level bullshit. This will feel random, but it's not. How is the new stove?
I've never used it. Other people have, but I haven't.
Does it look nice?
Yeah, it looks, like a new white stove.
Fair enough.
Hey, it's there if I ever need it.
I was hoping you was just chefing up some miraculous things up and getting the treats on, whatever.
I probably will be shortly because the way everything's getting more expensive, I'm not gonna be able to afford these pre-cooked meals anymore. Yeah. So I bought some stuff from Sam's Club the other day. I bought a 10-pound bag of potatoes and some ground beef and stuff. So I bought another 24 pack of eggs. So I did buy food to make. So that will be coming just out of necessity, if anything.
Fair.
I want to get good at prepping a bunch of potatoes all at once because I love potatoes.
Yeah.
And I can eat a baked potato every day. And so it's I want to get to the point where I figure out a easy way to prep them and bake them and everything, just one big batch. Because I'm fine with putting them in a Tupperware and eating them for an entire week,
Yeah, it's literally just clean them off, wrapping them bitches in a foil, and tossing as many as you are so inclined into the oven because they're wrapped in foil. So you don't even need a pan to set them on. You can literally throw them hoes in the oven, come back in an hour. And you're like, there you go. Meal prep, sort of. Partial meal prep. So yeah, you'll get there. You'll get that locked down when you're in the mood to sit and go through the process of jacking in a bunch of potatoes. You'll be like, all right, fine, I wrapped them hoes.
I think if I'm gonna do that though, I should get one of those like potato piercers because I don't want to sit there with a fork and manually stab like 15 potatoes. I just want to be able to just like crunk and then have the thing like stab it for me.
I thought you stabbed them if you was microwaving them. If you threw them in the oven, do you have to stab them? I think you had to stab if you was putting them in the oven.
When I have personally made potatoes in the past, I usually wash them off and then I stab them with a fork and I put olive oil on them with some salt. That's usually how I make them.
Fair. What's up? Going down.
I don't know if that's like a universal technique, if that's an agreed upon way, if it's unnecessary. It's just the way that I've gone about it.
It's the way you enjoy it, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I always, whenever I want to learn how to cook something of the basic variety, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, am I doing this right after all these years? Like I said, I finally locked down only last year boiling eggs the right way, I guess is how we'll say it. And that's because of Chef J. Kinsey Lopez having his Serious Eat site. And he just goes over the most basic of things in the most basic ways and be like, this is how you boil an egg. And in his case, they found, so they have a whole team that's basically like, we tried it this way, we tried it this way, we tried it this way, we tried it this way. We have found that this way, and the way is, let the water boil, lower your eggs into it with a slotted spoon, let them boil for this many minutes if you want a soft-boiled egg, this many minutes if you like a jammier egg, this many minutes if you want it to be hard-boiled. And take them out, ice them hoes immediately so they'll cool off and stop cooking. And then it goes, because you've done that, they should peel easy and the flesh and whatever should be at the texture you want it to be at. So I'm sure he probably has the same thing. They probably did the same exact damn thing for potatoes somewhere on there because that's just what they do. And I think that's pretty dope. So I would recommend that you go check out Serious Eats and see if they got something for in the realm of the tater cooking game. And see what they put you on to, if there's something to be said in that regard.
Miles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year.
I was going to tell you that, but we got to talking other shit. So yeah, and how could he have not? Oh well, I guess the same way you could just not vote Bill Belichik into the Hall of Fame first round on some hoe shit. So I guess it's possible, but it'd been real fucked up. So, and it's not like I bang with Bill Belichick, but I will put some respect on his name. And unlike the voters in the Hall of Fame, who now just look so just whack for that particular little situation.
I saw some guy like on Facebook that did like a sketch where he's like got like a whiteboard and he's writing all these stats about like NFL coaching making it into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this person in the Hall of Fame has this many wins, but this person, has this many wins. And then there's somebody else off screen or he plays like a second character. And it's like, oh, so they're in the Hall of Fame. And he goes, no. And then he like does all these other stats and it's just like, no. And I guess it's like his thing is he popped up in my feed again today. And so I clicked on his page and like he had some other shit where like he did one video where it was like NFL pass interference calls. And it was like he was teaching someone what pass interference was. And then he'd show like a video clip of like the one with the Saints and the Rams a couple years ago in the playoffs where like the Rams player tackled the Saints receiver before the ball got there.
Yeah.
And then the person's like, well, surely that's pass interference. And he's like, no.
Oh my gosh. Little job turkeys. I love it, man. I don't love it. I'm very mad. Mad, far too strong a term. I don't understand it, but though I do understand it because it's some hoe shit. And I understand hoe shit because hoe shit go down all the time in these streets. But it's some real hoe shit to not put Belichick in the Hall of Fame round one on some old, he might have, would have, sort of, kind of cheated. Like, bitch, that's the game. All y'all done cheated. The fuck out of here.
Well, yeah, but he got caught.
Fair. But then, like I said, they was like they had named other shit who did. Like they was like, oh yeah. Here's how Don Shula got caught cheating, and it's like, oh, word. Here's this motherfucker on some old. Yeah, so I'm like, it ain't.
But like, all right, I'm not defending this, but did Don Shula get in on the first try?
I believe so. Yeah, he was like the winningest coach of the game. Yeah. So that's
maybe these voters are just mad that Bill Belichick's tapping like a 24-year-old.
As it turns out, it's I think it's somebody who has things to do with. I believe the way it came out is I think like the Athletic was kind of digging around into it. It's somebody who has something to do with the Robert Kraft, who did get in the Hall of Fame this go around. Somebody on the Epstein list, mind you, is in the Hall of Fame, but not Bill Belichick. So anyway,
yeah, I thought Robert Kraft didn't get in.
No, I thought he did get in. But here, let's go here. It's nothing but how
I thought I saw something the other day about him not getting in because of him getting the rub and tugs from the parlor. Allegedly.
Hey, did he not get arrested for that shit?
They lost the videotape, remember?
Oh no. You are correct. They did say he get a snub, but apparently somebody who fucks with Robert Kraft was amongst the voters. And because Kraft don't fuck with Belichick, because them two beefed out, that's who held him back. He spread the good word amongst folk like, "Hey man, don't be voting. He can wait 1 year. We have to fucking this bullshit about trying to humble somebody." It's like I will repeat it to you because we've had this discussion before. It's hard to be humble when you stunting on a jumbotron. I can't be humble because I'm Bill Belichick and I have multiple chips as a coach and before that as a coordinator. I'm dope. You seem weird not voting me into the Hall of Fame. I don't seem weird not getting into it. So it's like, malicious. I hate it.
I'm at the point too where I'm like, fuck it, put Barry Bonds in. I don't care that he took steroids. That man was jacking homers left and right. He made my childhood that much better. God bless the cream in the clear.
He still had to play the sport. You're not necessarily better at the sport because of it. Now, what it is if you make contact
before he ever even took steroids, that man's numbers were insane.
Yeah, already had a Hall of Fame career even before the fucking roids, and of course they want to be on some old. I'm like, nah, dog. But that's okay. I want to be hold some kind of whatever.
Use the tools at your disposal. Just because you have roids doesn't mean you like that don't help your hand-eye coordination. That just gives you more power.
Wasn't even roids. It was very specialized drugs. And when it's all said and done, I don't think he never got no time for that. He didn't have to pay out for that shit. Therefore, no crime actually happened. You just haters. Pete Rose got caught for cheating and betting.
Well, he got caught betting.
Yeah.
He never actually got caught altering any of the games. He just got caught betting on them.
Fair. So
that's why I was like, man, fuck it. At least let him in as a player or something.
Yeah. For sure. Agree.
Too late. He's gone now.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, maybe because I don't care. But I feel like they think people care about the Hall of Fames more than they really do.
It's because they care. So they think clearly that means everyone must care. It's not really. But there you go. T.O.'s in. Good on him. And his synthetic penis.
What?
Terrell always does the podcast with Shannon, right?
No, that's Chad Johnson.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Ocho's got the synthetic penis.
Oh, you're talking about the Stephen A. Smith clip. It was she told me to go deeper.
I ain't had no more.
I ran out of pee-pee.
Ran out of pee-pee. So
I have that clip saved on my phone. I love that clip. He's like, stay with me now. I ran out of pee-pee.
Oh, my God. Oh, men. I don't even know what to do with that. It's like, bro, really?
I was just impressed with his ability to be vulnerable.
You know what? And we always try to tell men to be more sensitive and more vulnerable, more open. And you know what? That is absolutely right. It's more that I don't want him to be worried about it. I'm sure you have plenty, and if it just wasn't enough for her, I mean, hey, it's okay. Somebody loves what you have, and that's okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I have so much shit on my phone now these days that I have no idea where half the shit is anymore.
I've taken to if I need it in the realm of, I mean, it's rare that I need a photo or something like that, but I do actually have a photo on my phone that I actually need to access regularly, that I made its own folder so I can just go right to it. And that seems to be a bit of saying to me. I'm gonna let him find it because I need, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you need to hear the video.
Yeah, I'm looking. The issue is, there's an Instagram folder now where stuff saves to. Yeah. Back in the day, it used to save to my camera folder. So I'm not sure which folder it's in. So now I'm having to go through both of them to see if I find it. I think I found it. Yeah, I found it. Here we go.
Okay. I just dug it up on the internet. I was ready.
We were in action, and she said in my ear, "Go deeper. Stay with me now." And what hurt me is I was already all the way in. So I had ran out of pee-pee.
It's stay with me now.
Stay with me now is taking you places. It's like, hold on. Let me let you know. I ran out of pee-pee. Sir. Well, there you go. All right. That's basically Box Adventure. I'm gonna play my own intro because why not? And I'll tell you about some shit I've been up to, which ain't really been much. And we're gonna talk about the Grammys. So here you go. All right, so what have I been up to? So I took last Wednesday off because so my partner, as you know, has, if you're a long-time listener and whatever, not now you will know, has rheumatoid arthritis, and so she had the appointment with her specialist to go see it. And I have found that my partner sometimes does not fight the good fight when she's in these doctor's offices. She kind of let the motherfuckers kind of run her over. And I'm like, you can't let these fools run you over. You got to explain to them what's going on with you and what's the issue and what works and what don't work, so they are aware of what's going on and hopefully they can help you out. And so I was like, you know what? Next time you go, I'm going to go with you. So I took the day to go with my lady to her multiple doctor's appointments she had that day. And we went to go see her specialist. And it was a very sweet lady. So it was very nice. She seemed very much on Vanessa's side. And I liked that part of it. It was like, okay, you, because this is her new rheumatoid arthritis doctor. She has that. Her old lady retired, so she had to get a new one. And basically, before this, she had been seeing her regular GP for her rheumatoid treatment. And he just ain't got the chops for it. So we went to the specialist, and she broke it down. She's like, okay. First of all, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and let's work on these things and see how they work. Because so to see if Vanessa's RA is properly being treated, they basically do blood work and they'll be like, there's a factor in your. I'm gonna call it the X factor. It's like we're like she's Wolverine, but basically there's these things that they take a measure and they be like, if it's lower, then okay, that means we're on the good foot. If it's higher, it means you must be going through it. And of course, as it turns out, it's not just that it was high. It was outlandish. It was in space. It was higher than giraffe pussy. It was bad. And so Vanessa has been in such debilitating pain recently, like where she could barely get down the stairs in our house. You know what I'm saying? And so it has been real bad news. And so it turns out one thing, she had an infection that we didn't know about that had to get treated, because what it is rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disorder. So basically, it's her white blood cells basically trying to eat at her body. And so if you're sick, guess what? Your white blood cells kick in to help you with sickness. But also what you've done is you've ramped up the system that is rheumatoid arthritis, which is like, I'm about to eat your fucking kneecaps. And that's exactly what was going down. So we got on it, tried to take care, tried to get the infection addressed, and gave her some new meds, and then tweaked how she takes other meds. And just like this whole last week, she's just been so much better, so much more sprightly, so much more able to get around and move, and it's been real good for her. And I think that is just so wonderful to see, and I'm so glad for her. The goal is, at best, is to try to find a combination of meds that would get Vanessa's rheumatoid arthritis into remission, just like cancer. You know what I'm saying? You want it so that it's just not doing what it's doing. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, I got to keep people who are sick away from her. It's why we wear masks a lot of places still, even though people are like, we don't wear masks for COVID, but anyway, so forth and so on. But we do, because that's what keeps her safe and not in constant debilitating pain, y'all. So it was good to do that. But she had that doctor told me that she saw her regular doctor after the fact, but in the middle of those two things, we slid over to Costco. And Costco is such a damn delight box. It's just the goofiest little experience. I just love walking through there. Left and right, they're trying to give you little treats and snacks. Like, come on, man, take a sample, baby. And I'm like, I am fine. Thank you for offering it. Although I'm telling you right now, I'm still salty I didn't get that chicken wing. That chicken wing they had on sample. It's these like honey barbecue wings. They smell good as shit. I should have got them wings. I still mad. I might go pick up some of the wings for the Super Bowl this weekend. So who knows? I might slide over to Costco to get me some wings. But we end up getting just a bunch of stuff. But also I discovered that Costco apparently has the greatest cinnamon rolls in the game. And this is from a man who regularly eats a Cinnabon before travel. If I'm in a situation where Cinnabon is available, usually at an airport, or if I'm driving up in upstate New York and we stop at the Angola station and their Cinnabon is open. So, tell you right now, I should be gatekeeping this. I should be keeping it to myself. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put you on the game right now. Costco Cinnabon. Ooh, I'm going to make sure I get some of those. That's what we try if we get together to record. I will try to get some of those. We can eat those as we try it, and we'll film and eat those in person, and that'll be good. Them cinnamon rolls is fabulous. Caramelized bottom, a beautifully decadent taste. It's not overly sweet. That's what I'm trying to tell folk, man. It's that not being super sweet, but still being super tasty kind of vibe that I'm just like, how did you manage? Because, everything's overly sweet in our country, you know what I'm saying? But still. Also, Costco's rotisserie chickens are fire. You should be getting you some. Buy you some. And just a delight. I got like you did too. I got a bunch of eggs. I got some butter. Just some some household needs. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever. Also got the kids. I got both the kids fruit snacks to take to their various homes. As Zayder had requested particular fruit snacks, and I was just like, well, I'm buying you fruit snacks. I can't not get my other kids some fruit snacks for the dorm. So I was a good dad, and we got fruit snacks for the other kids and some other stuff for the kid. We got them got them like a big old sack of nuggets and some other stuff. That way, I'm like, all right, that way they got a little something to have at the dorm. I try to make sure, because it was that damn winter storm and all that bullshit. I'm just like, to go eat, they had to go to the food hall, which is outside. And I'm like, oh, that's some hoe shit. So I'm like, let me keep you in your dorm and just eat some food that'll keep you safe for now. But yeah, I like Costco a lot. I like that we have that as an option. I also tried Kinder Bueno ice cream cones. And the ice cream is mid, but the top is Kinder Bueno, that hazelnutty chocolate. Top's very tasty. Ice cream mid, cone also kind of mid. Would not recommend. So it's gonna be real with you on that, okay? Don't buy the Kinder Bueno cones from Costco. No good, no good. So that's what we're calculating with that regard. It's cold as shit. I'm sick of it. It's like we're beyond the point where I'm like, come on, man. It's like, no, man, it's awful cold. And I'm just tired of it, man. The snow around the apron of my driveway is high as shit, and so I'm having to balance when I get in and out the car. You know what I'm saying? So I don't bust my shit. The garbage can, it's garbage. That's what I'm saying. I got to take the trash out tonight. The garbage cans are sitting a good 2.5 feet in the air, basically, because that's how much snow has been plowed onto the tree lawns. If you live in Ohio, or if you live in this part of Ohio, we have tree lawns, which is basically the strip of grass that is there's your lawn, there's a sidewalk, and then there's some more grass, and then there's a street. And I believe they call them devil strips in Akron, is what I recall us discussing, right? Is that what that was?
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, something like that. So not everybody call them hoes tree lawns. We do up here. In this part of them shit's tree lawns. And so, of course, the city comes down and plows all the snow, right? Well, the snow got to go somewhere, and it's basically up on everybody's tree lawns and up there and at the end of their driveways, which sucks. So it's like, it's been so cold, y'all. It's like it's 19 degrees right now, according to the computer. Let me check my phone. I will double check that actually. Phone says also 19. So everybody's co-signed on that. But it's like it shouldn't be this cold at this point in the year. It's like this we've been cold. We got cold and deep cold far earlier in the year than we normally would. And it throws everything off. And I know people are like, Punxsutawney Phil said there's 6 more weeks until spring. Well, bitch, it's 6 more weeks till spring just mathematically. It's not. That's just how the science works. It makes me so mad. I'm like, yes, in 6 weeks, we should probably hit, March, what is it, March 21st or whatever spring arrives. So, yeah, that's about right. I can't believe people fall for that shit. Punxsutawney Phil said 6 more weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be the 9th, okay, of March. And spring, of course, the vernal equinox is like the 21st. So come on, y'all. Yes, there will be 6 more weeks of winter just because there will be 6 more weeks of winter. Okay, thank you. But the squirrels still be at my window, ask for food. Okay, maybe they know something I don't. Okay, and so forth. So, and I see the birds out. It was bird poop on my car I saw today. So of course the animals seem to think it ain't too damn bad. So maybe they know something we don't know, and we can't put no faith in a groundhog. Okay, put faith in your local flora and fauna. Is they coming to hang out? Okay, clearly they think it ain't too bad, which means they must think it's going to get better sooner. Also, it's been nice seeing the sun out a little later on some weather shit. I know that's a lot, but it's nice.
It's been nice, like going upstairs in the evening and like seeing a little bit of sunlight, or like it coming in like the side window over here, like in the morning a little bit.
Yeah,
that's one of the things I hate about getting on Zoom calls and getting shit from like upper management. Like, it's dark in your basement. Where are the lights? I'm like, I don't control the sun.
Bitch, don't talk to me about my house. That's crazy.
Damn right.
Like, I'm not discussing where your space is. Guess what? I'm up to the standard that you've requested I be for this Zoom situation. I'm on camera. I don't want to be.
Yeah, like I hate being on camera.
We do. I legitimately have, at this point, 4 meetings scheduled in the week. I have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday meetings. I am so grateful we don't have a Friday meeting currently. The 2 is my direct report. It is my boss. I can't not be on camera. The one we do today is her boss's. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of have to be on camera. But then that one is just like, it's the one I should care about because then her boss's on. But it's the one I do not care about, and I just put my picture up, and I'm just like, I'll be here working. I'm not trying to. This meeting means nothing to me. It never did. I only started because it says optional on the invite. So I was already like not attending, but then my boss was like, "Hey, why are you not in this meeting?" Because that bitch say optional, which means it's an option for me. But I guess it's not really an option anymore. So now I have to attend that meeting. It's just so whack. Imagine, if you will, in your daily your likely activity, 4 30-minute meetings per week. 4 of them hoes.
That's a lot of wasted time.
Yes, it is. Although the Thursday one, this one we have today, the Thursday one, nearly always productive. Always some good discussion comes out of it. Regularly, nowhere. Today was the first time since I've been back in this department that it actually went the distance, the full 30 and some. And I was like, that's crazy. So much so that I had to get up and go to the restroom in the middle of it. I was like, I got to go potty. I've been sitting here for longer than normal because that one normally goes about 10, 15. They got a good system with that one. Whatever needs to get said, usually it's said. But it was some action going on this week. There's like, yo, this is breaking, and this is how we trying to fix it. So I'm like, okay. So that's why that particular meeting was on some whatever. But yeah, the other two, the it's basically just it feels like people missing being in the office. So they're like, let's have a chat. Let's have a little. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't need that. I don't miss being in the office.
Like I'm good. Like,
yeah.
I talk to who I want to talk to when I want to talk to them.
About what I want to talk, for real. And oddly enough, it's basically just about 2 people I speak to. So, and one of them I'm in a group chat with. Guess what? I'm not talking about at work about. But I got my one little at work home girl, and we just try to keep each other's spirits up because we both then got twisted around departments together. So we kind of hold each other's back when they be moving us. Like, oh my goodness, y'all. Anywho, Vanessa's on the good right now, and we hope we can keep working that out. And I'm happy that she's feeling better. And we have to go attend her. Have to. I think it's a familiar obligation. We have to go attend her niece's birthday party this weekend. But she's having it in my city, which is like excellent. Thank you for that. You've just made everything easier. I can just go drive up the road here, and that's good shit. So that's about the only thing I got on the schedule. Like I said, I told you I want to go to the lake and kind of walk around on the ice, but that's about whatever for that. The Grammys happened this past weekend, and a bunch of people I fuck with won, and a bunch of people I don't care about won, and so that's great. But I want to show love to a few things. So I'm trying to scroll down and see things I fuck with. My girl Leve won for her song, and I'm just gonna do a Control F right quick. Matter of Time, and that's best traditional pop vocal album. Leve is this Icelandic singer, and she's just a cutie pie, and she sings real cool. She has a real like 50s what you imagine 50s housewife music would be, but no disrespect to her. I don't say that disrespectfully at all. I just that's kind of the sound she's going for, and she does it really well. So I think that's pretty dope. Lady Gaga won. What did she win for? I don't know if she won album or did she win
Lady Gaga
song? Gaga. Yeah, she got a best remix, and she won for best pop dance record for Abracadabra, which is a fire ass song. And she won for best pop vocal album for Mayhem, which again, fire. If you don't know, now you do. So I get down with that. Kendrick walked away with multiple Grammys for GNX and songs off of GNX. And then he also ended up winning best rap song of the year, went to the Clips for Chains and Whips featuring Kendrick Lamar. So the Clips got their first Grammy, which is super dope. But also Kendrick ended up snagging one because he was on that record. So he gets one for that as well. Luther won Song of the Year. Luther is a song by Kendrick Lamar and SZA, and it's an amazing song. I fuck with it. Leon Thomas, Baby I'm a Dog, I'm a Mutt, won for best R&B record. I think that's super dope. Defying Gravity won. Good shit for Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. I didn't know that. Best metal performance, Turnstile, for the song Birds. Do you know that song offhand? Do you know the group Turnstile?
I am not familiar with them.
All right. We need to give them a look up, see what they're up to. Best R&B performance was Folded by Kehlani, which is a very good song if you have not heard it. Traditional R&B is of course, I told you, Leon Thomas. Our best R&B song, Folded, again by Kehlani. Progressive is the term I could not find. Best progressive R&B album is Bloom by Cleveland owns Durand Bernarr. If you do not know Durand Bernarr, you should go look him up. He is a brilliant singer, but also funny as fuck. He is Cleveland as Cleveland can be, and I absolutely love that. He'll tell you he was homeschooled and like an only child, so he don't know how to share and so forth. It's just like he's just wonderful. I recommend to anybody. Like I know some people are like, I don't really fuck with R&B. I'm more of a rock guy. This, that, and the third. I'm telling you right now. Go look up Durand Bernarr. Just go look up some of his videos, some of his stuff, his TikTok, his YouTube, and so forth and so on. I think you'll just appreciate him as a funny, fun guy. And as it turns out, can sing his ass off. And again, is from the city I call home, Cleveland, Ohio, and therefore that must be respected. You should find his Tiny Desk because he dresses up like the uncle from the Proud Family on there. And it's just such a good time. Again, it's fantastic, and I think you might enjoy. And he won for, like I said, best progressive R&B album. I couldn't think of the term, and it's driving me insane. I was like, contemporary? No, that's not it. Neo soul? Like, nah, they don't call it that no more. It's progressive. Best R&B album, Mutt by Leon Thomas. So the whole album won that. Best rap performance, Chains and Whips. Clips, Pusha T, Malice, featuring Kendrick Lamar and Pharrell Williams. They actually came out and performed the closing track off of "Let God Sort Him Out," and by the grace of God on the Grammys. I thought that was dope. I told you, Luther won best melodic rap performance, but it also won Song of the Year. Best rap songs, "TV Off," once again by Kendrick, which is a dope song. Of course, I mean that shit was produced by Jack Antonoff and Soundwave. It had everything going for it for Grammy voters to be like, oh yeah, that song is dope. And TV Off is a dope ass song, so I gotta respect it. Best rap album, GNX, again by Kendrick Lamar. And best spoken word poetry album, Mad Skills from Virginia. I remember a couple weeks back I showed you the record that you thought looked kind of cool. I got a little bluish one. Mad Skills, that same rapper, all these years later, ended up getting the best spoken word album for Words for Days, Volume 1. And I think it's so dope. Another guy from Virginia won a Grammy, and I don't know, man. I think that's so cool. So respect due to all the nominees and winners. You know what I'm saying? I really I just appreciate people getting respect put on their name, especially when they work hard. Which is why I told you I'm not really mad, but I am fussy about Bill Belichik not getting into the Hall of Fame because he did put in the work, he did earn it. And he should be in the Hall of Fame on first ballot without any issue, and it's bullshit that he's not. And so that's that. You know what I'm saying? You add that to the thing. That's why I'm kind of grumpy about it. Okay. But that's basically me this week, y'all. We're doing good on time, so let's keep doing good on time, y'all. So every week we head to the mean streets of Reddit. I'll put up some of the assholes. Box and I decide if people were assholes and or not, and if Reddit is right about their judgment on the situation. It's great. Segment is called "Am an Asshole," and look, it has a video. Every week I pull a few. We end up doing 2. That's become the norm. And I think I like the way that we do that. I got 3 pulled up right now. Let us decide which 2 of these 3 will make it. Am I the asshole? Dad announced my pregnancy on social media. Am I the asshole? If I asked to order a la carte instead of paying $80 for a set menu at my friend's birthday. And am I the asshole for leaving because my sister-in-law hid my shoes to keep me from taking walks? I already knew that one go. I knew that one was gonna be one of them, but I like to offer it up regardless.
Yeah, the first one seemed like it didn't really pose a question.
You want to just be mad for a little bit? Because that's basically what that one ends up being. It's a good mad, though. It's like, fuck that dude.
Sure. Yeah, what's wrong with being mad?
The other one about the a la carte paying, you know what I'm saying? Paying for a meal instead of paying a la carte. I've never seen this before, ever. So it's kind of interesting. It ends up being a no assholes here. No one's Reddit seems to believe that no one is wrong on either side of this debate, if you will. And I'm like, yeah, that's real as fuck. Reddit, I think that's all right to say. All right. Am I the asshole? Dad announced my pregnancy on social media. I'm using an alternative account as my family use Reddit. Let me tell you something. I couldn't tell you who any of my family is on Reddit. I can tell you what Xander is on Reddit because he kind of has a regular username, but boy, my mama could be on Reddit right now and I wouldn't know. So, it's wild to me. They're like, my family uses Reddit. Could you tell me their name? Because I don't know it. So, as the title says, my dad announced my pregnancy on social media on my 30th birthday. He posted a scan photo and said how happy he was that I was making him a granddad for the first time. I was in the theater when he posted it, so I missed it for a couple of hours. I was completely shocked and distraught then to open my phone and see my scan photo staring back at me. He didn't blur out any of my personal information. He has a public page and hundreds, if not thousands, of friends. I'm not even on Facebook, but I saw the post on Instagram and know he cross shares. I immediately texted him to tell him to take it down. He then calls me, raised his voice, and said how I told him he could tell people. For context, I told my dad he could tell his friends in person, as I knew he was excited, but explicitly said we were not putting anything online. This is the text message which I sent a couple of weeks ago. For additional context, we haven't posted anything online ourselves or announced it in any way, but we likely won't as we're private people and big announcements aren't for us. We told our close friends and family in person, but we weren't ready for the world to know. We have been very clear about our boundaries, that we don't want any images or of our child online. Also, when we first told my dad we were pregnant very early on, we did not want anyone else to know as we have suffered a previous miscarriage. He then immediately went and told my brother, despite us being not ready for him to know. I forgave him for this the next day, and he just said that he was so happy for us he wanted to share the news. Now, since then, I've received a message from my dad saying he's just a very proud dad. It's the happiest thing that's ever happened to him. And he said he was just sorry with a sad face emoji. Then I received messages from his partner saying how he's just proud and silly and forgetful. And I feel really like I'm being guilt tripped into accepting it and moving on. I haven't spoken to them for the last couple of days. I needed space. As said previously, we have had a previous miscarriage, so we're very protective of this information, hence the Anon account. And I feel so uncomfortable not knowing who knows. He's friends on Facebook with people I went to school with that I haven't spoken to for 10 plus years. I know he's taken it down, and I've had an apology, but this is the second time he shared this information. We weren't ready for it to be shared, and I'm struggling to move past it. And the response from them has just angered me more. I feel like it's really belittling how I feel about this and making me out to be awful for not letting him share his happiness. Am I the asshole if I need some time? And if moving forward, I'll restrict how much information / images I share with him?
No, because it's your information to share, not his. Like, this is him overstepping.
Habitual line crosser apparently as well, because he done did it twice already, and it seems like, I guess what, if he done did it twice, he probably has done it more. This is a dude who gets off on his social media posts getting a bunch of likes.
Yeah, when they said like 1,000 friends, I was like, God damn.
Nah, this is a motherfucker who get that.
I've had Facebook for like 20 years now, and I think I have like 350, and I could probably cull that down if I really so chose.
It's the dude who gets that little dopamine hit from the likes.
I understand it. That's why I had to stop posting shit, because I was lost in the sauce, 6-7 years ago, just posting shit on there, like sympathy chasing. I realized, what I was doing. I quit cold turkey.
Respect it. It's seeing what you see and moving forward with your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what this is. This dude is on some bullshit, and you are not in the wrong for being. Reddit, of course, agrees that this person is not in the wrong, but also Reddit is like, yo, you got to get this right, and that I'm not. For one, Reddit didn't say go no content, but they were like, yo, you have to basically, if you don't want it out there, he can't be one of the people you share shit with. And that just has to be what it is. And this person probably just, loves their dad and wants to share with them their life. But the real of it is no. Here's a glow in the dark comment. I think this is too nice. You can, wait a minute. Somebody said what to do. Okay. So I guess I got to read these for you to understand this glow in the dark post. First person says, tell him that, hey dad, I love you. I love that you're so excited. We are too. But if being excited means that you forget to protect me and my information online, I'm heartbroken to say that we'll need to keep you in the dark with big news like this until we're ready to announce. I don't want to stress our relationship with asking you to do something that doesn't feel right to you, keeping news like this to yourself or a couple of friends. And I don't want to feel like my dad's excitement has more weight than my safety online. In the future, we'll sadly avoid this issue altogether. Okay, then the OP responds to that and says, wow, that's really helpful and beautifully sums up how I feel. I appreciate this a lot. And the glow in the dark comment is like, I think that's too nice. You can tell him that you love him, but you will not be sharing sensitive information with him going forward, since he's not making efforts to respect your wishes. He will find out when everyone else does. You also can't send him pictures of your child or let him take any. He will post them online without your consent. And that is clear. That is clearly the case. I do get it. I understand people are saying, like, I don't want to put my kids' pictures up on the internet because I don't want people seeing my kid. I've even heard some people say, I don't want child predators seeing my kid. I'm like, Jesus, settle down. We've been having pictures of our, people on the internet for years. But I get it. Some people are just sensitive and they want to keep their shit tight. So I'm never knocking them for that. But I always have found it weird. People are like, I'll never show my child's face on the internet. Like, I guess, man, because they'll say some shit like, because he didn't say he wanted to have his face on the internet. Well, like, bitch, I run his life. until he's getting old enough to have kind of run his life. So I gotta have say over his existence, and therefore, if I want to share his picture on the internet, I can. But that's because I'm that type of parent who'll be like, "Fuck you, I run this shit." So take that. Yeah, not the asshole. Your dad sucks, and you really do need to get to a little window, a little gap between y'all two for a little bit. You're not wrong to want some space from him and his little dopamine seeking problem. That's, like I said, people. I posted on my story a couple of times this week, but that's because it's Black History Month, and I thought there are good Black History things to have in the story. Plus, the story, it goes way after 24 hours. But you're right. I have not been too post out here in these streets. I do post about the show, and I did, and that's actually only on Blue Sky. That's the only place I do post about it at this point. When the comes back, Crimson Ray comes back, I do post that one on Instagram, but I do that because most of the bakers are on Instagram. And they end up sharing shit and so forth. And they're like, it's kind of a have to on that particular show. You know what I'm saying? This show doesn't need to be too, although this has nothing to do with my asshole, but whatever. You know that me and Vanessa, following Rihanna's advice, ate caviar on chicken nuggets last year. McDonald's is doing a giveaway for Valentine's Day this year, giving away caviar and chicken nuggets. And so the internet is all a bomb about it. It was like, as always, Box, and I say we because, that's what it is to be Skim, are ahead of the world. We was ahead with having assholes. We were ahead. We'd be ahead on so much shit, y'all. And once again, caviar on nuggets. We did that shit last year when Rihanna did it. And now the rest of the world is like, caviar on chicken nuggets. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. So that video was just for the patrons. I unlocked it on our YouTube wide and actually had to end up making new art for it because the Patreon just has this. We have a version of the Skim logo that we use for Patreon. And basically, I have to go actually put a little art on there. So it hopefully gets a little whatever. But it's been getting a few views. And I just laugh. I'm like, Jesus Christ, y'all so behind. As always, this organization was doing shit dope before it was cool. And I don't know. I'm still gonna put my hat in the ring because McDonald's is giving it away. So if you win, it's free. And I'll gladly take some caviar nuggets. Although, let me be real with you people. One, caviar nuggets, fire. It was very, very, very tasty. But you can just go buy caviar at your local Whole Foods has caviar. Costco has caviar. If Costco has it, I'm not certain, but I would believe that Sam's Club has it. Caviar is easy to get, procure. It's tasty. And if you are already a fish kind of guy or a sushi kind of guy, you'll enjoy it. And it's good on chicken nuggets. Highly recommend. Also, you don't need the creme fraiche. Does nothing. It's basically sour cream.
Creme fraiche.
Okay, here's your other asshole. Am I the asshole for leaving because my sister-in-law hid my shoes to keep me from taking walks? Hearing just that title.
Yes, you are not the asshole.
Yeah, I agree. You are not an asshole for this, but let's find out why. Sorry if there are sentences that are missing words. This was over 5,000 characters when I wrote it, and so I had to edit it down. She is my sister-in-law, not my sister. My sister-in-law has 3 little ones. Her husband, my stepbrother, had to leave the country for work for a few months. I offered to stay so I could help her out where needed, and she happily accepted. I live across town, so not that far. I was there for 3 days when sister-in-law commented on me going on daily walks. I've taken a daily walk of at least a mile since October 2018. Yes, even in the cold. Yes, even in the cold weather. Yes to all of it. On nice days, the walk is usually 4 miles. At my sister-in-law, I started taking a path that was about 2 miles. I asked if she wanted me to watch the kids while she got some exercise, and she scoffed and said that she was too busy, but it must be nice. I was a little puzzled since I was offering to help, but the comment kept coming. She kept trying to poke holes, but it's not really a mile every night, right? And what do you do if you broke your foot? Would you get anxious if you couldn't take a walk? Then one morning, I couldn't find my shoes. My sister-in-law woke up an hour later. I was eating breakfast with the kids, and I asked her. She told me to go check at the back door. And when I gotten back, she pointed at them by the door and said, I must have missed them. I took my walk after telling her that her joke wasn't funny. She was annoyed when I got back and told me that she thinks I need to see a therapist over my anxiety/obsession. I told her that I do have a therapist, and she and I certainly need to, and she said I clearly need a new one because this one isn't helping. I asked her point blank, why does it bother her so much if I want to take a walk? She said I was supposed to be there to help her with the kids, and I'm disappearing for hours at a time. I told her that my walks are about 30 minutes, and I'm doing it while they have downtime. I put my shoes in the guest room with the rest of my things, and they were gone the next morning. I just said, fuck it, packed my things, and left. My sister-in-law called me when I was on my way home and said I was overreacting and being childish, and this is why I'm single and alone. I told her that I don't play these stupid games and that I would still pick up the girls and stay until she got home from work, but that she's on her own for everything else. Am I the asshole?
Asshole for asking this question.
The rules stand. Edit. Okay, I did not expect to be told I'm not the asshole to this degree. I thought a lot of people would have arguments why I was since it has to do with taking care of kids. She's been shocked by how much people are like, hell no, you're not the asshole, girl. Get out of here. You're childish? She took and hid your shoes? That's just bonkers. They were saying, you're childish. If I didn't read that with the proper inflection, the emphasis. Not the asshole. This is one of the weirdest hills on which she could choose to die that I've ever heard. Conversely, it also makes it one of the best examples of fuck around and find out I've ever heard. That's true indeed. Your sister-in-law is a fucking nut job. Wow, Jesus Christ. Not the asshole. She's mad at you. She's mad you are taking time for yourself and not spending 24/7 waiting on her. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I see any. Again, this one is just basically the full not the asshole complimenting everybody like your sister-in-law wild. Not the asshole. Unless those walks take more than 1 or 2 hours, then there's zero problem. The fact she even got mad that you were doing it does say very, doing some workout related stuff speaks volumes. Okay, I'm gonna assume this is not English as a first language. I bet she's secretly a bit envious that she feels like she can't do it, even though you literally just told her, hey, go take a walk and I'll watch the kids. But to hide your shoes is ridiculous. You should see how they spell ridiculous, box, because it's fucking ridiculous. I tell you that right now. REDICULAS. Ridiculous and childish. So yeah, she can learn by bring again. I'm going to assume this is not English as a first language. By being thankful and kind that you even offered to come and help. Not many have that luxury. Manny, M-A-N-E-Y, luxury, Luxary. Whew. You get a pass. Let me click on your name. I don't know if Reddit tells you where people is from, does it? No, it doesn't. I would like to know where this person is from, but I will let that be. Your sister sucks. Your sister-in-law sucks. And the fact you even still told her, hey, I'll still come watch the kids while you go to fucking work, it makes you a goddamn saint to me. Because I'll be like, bitch, do it by yourself. Stealing my shoes? That's a problem, okay? Don't do that. Don't do it. But that was this week's Am I the Assholes. I hope you enjoyed them. They'll be in your show notes if you want to go over them yourself. Hey, if you ever got an Am I the Asshole you think you'd like us to read, gravy. If you live in Am I the Asshole and you want our advice on the matter, holler at us, man. We will gladly talk to you about that. if you are so inclined. Let's tell you what we've been watching, reading, getting down with over the last couple of weeks, and then we'll take this boy out to pasture. Box, what you been on in the realm of TV, movies, or anything like that there?
I haven't watched a single episode of any TV show or a movie. I've only watched people live streaming like the silver market. I've watched people play Call of Duty, or I've played Call of Duty myself. I've watched some Cavs games, football, but I haven't watched a single episode of any TV show or movie since we last talked.
How do you do sick?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do I do when I'm sick?
Yeah. So, like, most people will just, wrap themselves in shit and just binge anything.
I put on a live stream of someone playing Call of Duty, and they play for hours. So if I'm just that night, I put that on in the background and I play on my phone.
Fair. Man, that's fascinating.
I mean, like, sometimes, like, I might get into a show and watch it, but, like, I was watching Jack Ryan, and I got into season 3, but I've been preoccupied with other stuff, and I haven't made an effort to, finish it out.
Fair. Well, I have, of course, been watching Fallout. There's one episode left. I've not watched it, but I do need to go ahead and knock that out so I can finish season 2 of Fallout.
I did see that that's all out now. So, like, I was waiting for the whole season to be out before I started it.
Yeah. Shrinking is back, and there's 2 episodes up currently because last week and this week. And Shrinking is so good. And yesterday's episode of Shrinking managed to pull a Ted Lasso and sock me square in my chest. It made me ugly cry. Oddly enough, with the same actor, Roy Kent, man, Brett Goldstein be getting around, and boy, it was ugly. Box, it was ugly crying. It was so bad, but I felt good about it, man. I'm glad that show's back. It's not that I've missed it. I do miss it when it's gone, but it's like for some of these Apple shows, I will just rewatch them all the way through, and I'm like, there you go, I'll get my feel that way. But it's good to see have them back, and man, that episode 2 really. Episode 1 was a full hour and a little change, so I'm glad that they came back with a heavy hitter like that. Because oftentimes shows will come back and they'll do a long episode at the end of the season, but in this case they started off with a long one. I thought that was pretty dope. Wonder Man. Oh. I am of the opinion, this is my opinion, that Wonder Man is the absolute best Disney Plus Marvel show they've made. And I am a huge fan of WandaVision, and I super duper love Kamala Khan and Kamala Khan. Kamala was the vice president. Kamala is the superhero. And Ms. Marvel, you know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed that show as well, but this one was really something special and so beautifully acted and such an interesting story. And I'm hoping they get a second season or whatever, because it's like it basically has nothing to do with the Marvel. I mean, it's in the MCU, but it's not in the MCU. But then it kind of is in the MCU in an interesting way. So. I think it's a great watch. 8 episodes, all about 30 minutes each. So it's basically about a movie's length when it's all said and done. Highly recommend you check that out. If you don't have Disney Plus, there's ways to get around that. So do that. Okay. Once again, somebody puts a clip up on TikTok, and I'm like, that's pretty interesting. What's that show? And I go digging into it, looking into it, and I find out it is a show from Australia, specifically an Australian streaming service. And the show is called Erotic Stories. And I watched episode 1 with Vanessa the other night. And I know you're like, erotic? Ooh. And I'm like, I mean, who knows what the rest of the season has? But this first episode was just a hoot and a holler. And it was called Philia, was the name of the episode. And again, I got this because I have because just like you do, there are means to get a hold of these things, and I took advantage and got a hold of this show from means, and we might end up watching more of it. But for right now, we only watched the first episode, and it was very hilarious. And I doubt the rest of it, because it's an anthology series and it is erotic stories, but the first one was hilarious. It's about this lady who's I guess she's a magazine or a newspaper writer, and her boss is making her review a sex toy, and the sex toy is basically teledildonics. So basically, she has a vibrator, and then a dude would need basically a jack off machine, and they talk to each other via the internet. But she don't got no man, but she does have a mate. She has a homeboy, and basically she like, hey, can you do this? And he's like, okay, I guess. And like, first time he uses it, he like finishes in seconds. She's like, man, I didn't even get the party started, man. Come on, I got to do this for my job. So the next time he uses it, they use it together. They get together. She settles into a groove. You know what I'm saying? She's in her bed. She's comfortable and so forth and so on. It ends up being that, you know what I'm saying, they go, they use the device. They both end up nutting, you know what I'm saying, of course. But then they're like, oh shit, hold on. My dude, you're married. Is this weird? And me and Vanessa are sitting there watching like, yeah, this is very weird. This is not, but it just ends up being a wild. It's way more funny than I guess I'm telling the story right now. But if you can find erotic stories, episode 1 Philia is hilarious, and it's a good time to be had there. And I would tell you to watch it. Everybody might have been talking about heated rivalry, right? It's been all over the internet. And so me and Vanessa were sitting around the other night, and we were just on HBO, and I was like, "Oh, there's Heated Rivalry. You want to watch it?" And she's like, "Okay, sure." And so we watched the first episode of Heated Rivalry, and I don't know, man. It didn't speak to me loudly, and I'm not saying I'm not going to ever watch it again. I just I get it. People probably think these are handsome blokes, and people enjoy watching people have sex and so forth. But it's like, I don't know. It didn't speak to me. And not some old homophobic bullshit. It's like, I don't care. Suck a dick if you want to suck a dick. It's just like the show didn't speak to me. I'm not into hockey. I don't care about these dudes at all. I don't know. I do care about the characters had interesting interactions with their families. I think what I didn't care about was their interactions with one another. And I guess, but of course, that is the main gist of this show. You know what I'm saying? Because one of them is like, basically, imagine if you will, the first round pick and the second and the second pick fall in love, and but also is Lightweight still kind of salty that but the second pick is always kind of salty that he's always coming second to this guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it is interesting in that regard. And like I said, maybe I'll keep going on. If I watch some more of it and it gets its hooks in me, I'll let you know. But for right now, I guess. Star Trek, what is it called? Star Trek Starfleet Academy is the latest Star Trek show, and I love Star Trek shows. And guess what? So far, I'm in. I dig it, and so I could if you imagine, if you will, a bit 90210 mixed in with Star Trek. It's Star Trek School, because that's basically what this is. So good time so far. A lot of fun to be had there. Ball Pit, I'm still playing that over. I'm gonna switch to played some Tetris Effect. I owned this game forever. I played a little bit on Xbox, but I don't have Game Pass no more, so I don't have it. But I had the disc on PlayStation, and I was like, let me play this game. So I've been seeing people play it again. And I am further than I've ever gotten before. And I'm playing this game called Nier Automata. And it's an interesting game. I don't know how to explain it to you. If you played it and enjoyed it and want to talk to me about it, please let me know. But I'm further along than I've gotten before. So, I mean, I guess that's a step of some sort. I am on the fifth book, because it turns out they have since written 4 or 5 more books in this series. The fifth book, which was for the longest, was the last book in the Cloven Hoof series of books. And it's been a real fun series of books. So books 1 through 5, and I'm on the 5th one right now. And I'm about to wrap that up. And then I guess I might have to either buy or procure the other books in the series. And they seem to be Audible exclusive books, which sucks because when they're Audible exclusive, that means they're not on Libby, and it means it's challenging to find them elsewhere. But pretty fun books. Again, the devil has been made redundant and is living on Earth, and so imagine that as a joke or a premise, and it's a lot of fun to be had from that series of books. So you do that, and you'll be just fine. Because I've been listening to the Clovernook books. I haven't been listening to any podcasts and not much music either. So that's where I've been with that. Yeah. So there's the rub, people. Now you know what me and Boxman are being entertained by. If you trying to grab my notes and drag them over here so I can stare at them. If you like hearing us wax poetic about all things Cleveland and ourselves, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. We're here every other Thursday around 8:30 p.m. if you want to join us live and on podcast services otherwise. Consider buying a shirt or other items over at tpublic.com/user/stays Crunchy and Milk. All one word, Crunchy, of course, and spelled with a K. Now feel free to give us a call, 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We would certainly love to hear from you. Big up to my man, the 216 on Tatum. Again, like I said, we are trying to work out a schedule to join, to get together and record an episode. I think, was that next Sunday we were aiming at, Box?
I believe that is what was suggested.
Very good. So we might be all together in a room on Sunday the 15th. We'll see if we can make that work. And so shout out to him. That is the Right Reverend Lunchbox 2099.
Pray for me.
I'm not much into prayer, but pleasant thoughts to you, sir. I hope all is well. I'm, of course, the Inter's Ted Rail 713. Don't make me push you into traffic. We'll do it again next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.